Guys, this video is for the simp man. And I didn't realize that simp was a very common phrase that's been used until I saw it while on my page. I'm like, damn, simp is a word that people are using. Cutting to the chase, every woman wants a masculine simp. We want a masculine man with simp qualities. If you look at any video, depending on your algorithm, any video that's posted online and a woman that posts like her boyfriend holding her pocketbook while they're like out shopping, or a woman that like comes home and there's flowers, or a woman that is like videoing her husband, detailing her car and then putting love notes all over the house. If you just looked all those comments, thousands, every woman's like, I'm not settling, that's my man, I want that man.
So a couple things, right? That's not a simp. Somebody that does nice things for their wife or their girl, that's not a simp. We got to get away from that mentality of saying that anytime a man does something kind for a woman or something that maybe he wouldn't typically do if he didn't have a girl, that's necessarily a simp. I do want to point out, though, something interesting that she said, which was that women want a masculine man with simp qualities. Now, let's break down what simp qualities actually are. Right? When I think of what a simp is, I think of a person who is putting into a relationship or just a chick or whatever, and they're not getting anything back. Like their boundaries aren't being respected. So for example, some dude taking a chick out on all these dates and she says, no, I don't see you as anything more than just a friend, and he keeps doing it. Simp. I don't see a simp as we're in a relationship and I'm on my way home and I pick up your favorite food. But people consider that simp. People consider anytime you do something kind for a woman a simp, and I think that it's negatively impacting and affecting men and women, and it's making it to where you can't even really do the kind things, the things that make a relationship special anymore. Now, when she's talking about women want a masculine man with simp qualities, I think, and someone that I heard say it the best is, it's not a simp quality, it's a comprehensive man. Go check out Jason Wilson. He talks about not only just being a lion, being that man, but also being a full circle man that has emotional regulation and emotional control. And part of that emotional regulation is thinking outside of yourself and really trying to tap into your partner and feel and understand what it is that they want and understand what makes them happy as well, and trying to fulfill those needs. And of course, on the flip side of that, they're doing the same for you. But the conversation is so diluted because many of the people telling you that you're a simp, they don't have a wife, they don't have kids, they don't have the mile markers that you're even looking for. And as a matter of fact, in many cases, they're telling you don't get married. They're telling you that pretty much children are things that men have, and then you should just go back out there and not really raise them. And, you come in and play dad for a couple hours and then you go get it again and just, let the chick handle it. That's the advice that men are getting. But let's let her continue.
And I knew that my father did this for my mom and I want that too. All of these comments, no woman's like, loser, not waiting around for that guy. Like, ew, you like that? None, not one comment. You might be saying that because you don't do those things and you are in your hurt mode, but women want a masculine simp. So do the little things, stand out amongst the group. God forbid you validated a woman, right? But stand out, bring flowers. Don't come at me for that. Bring flowers. Ask to pick her up at the house. Even if she doesn't feel comfortable with it, at least you asked. Do the little things. Just be kind. If you guys are after dinner, if you're walking around, you're getting ice cream, I don't know, and she's holding ice cream and she's holding her purse walking around, ask like, do you want me to hold your purse while you're eating your ice cream? That's not simpy. That is nice, and women want that. That is not a bad thing to bring to the table, and you will stand out. Anyway.
So one of the things I think that's missing from this conversation of being a simp is that, you know, oftentimes when you're starting something, you have to put a lot more energy into it to get the momentum going than you have to do to keep it going. So what do I mean by that? When you're getting to know a person, oftentimes men will base their behavior on the woman instead of just how they should act and what boundaries they should set. So for example, you should not be determining whether you get a chick flowers or do this or be nice based on her behavior. You should just be doing those things. And when the right woman comes along, then she'll appreciate it and you'll know. The problem is that you're looking at it as transactional. You're looking at it like, well, I did X, so she should do Y. And yes, I agree. She should be putting in the work. But here's the real issue. You want every situation to work out. You want to take a chick on a date and you want it to go well. And then if it doesn't go well, you want to continue seeing her instead of letting her go. If you're taking her out on dates and you're doing all the right things and you don't have any boundaries that say, okay, by this time we should be hitting this mile mark. And if not, I'm going to just let her go. Then that's on you. But a lot of dudes will keep going with it and going with it and going with it. And then they feel played and they feel like, oh, well, you know, I got the short end of the stick and all chicks are like this and blah, blah, blah. But what it really comes down to is, as a man, you have to know your boundaries. You have to set those boundaries, be kind, do all of the right things, and be okay if it doesn't work out. Don't become bitter. Right? Don't let the world tell you that you're a simp because you do kind things. Don't let the world tell you that you're not a real man if you're not mean to women, or if you're not sitting here living this lifestyle that online creators are telling you to live, that they don't even have the things you want. They don't have the wives. They don't have a wife. They don't have the kids. They don't have the things that they're telling you to. All they have is women. Right? All they have is the women. And then what? So I would be very careful with what you listen to in terms of, you know, how you should behave in terms of like respecting women, respecting yourself, setting boundaries, you know, like really digging. What are your boundaries? You shouldn't let people online tell you what your boundaries are. You shouldn't let people online make up some fake boundary and then you go out there and try to live inauthentically and you miss out on your potential wife because you're living a life that you don't even care about. You may not care about her body count. You may not care about, oh, I picked up some flowers. You may not care that, you know, you talk to her for an hour on the phone and listen to what she had to say and really try to understand. You may not care about those things. Like, you may not care what other people think. So don't let people hustle you out of a future wife. Don't let people fumble your future wife. Those are my thoughts. But let me know what you think in the comment section. I know there's going to be some people, oh, he's simping, he is simp, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you tap in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you are looking for, you know, to get clear on your goals, entrepreneurship, content creator, and you want someone to help walk you through those things, hold you accountable, make sure you tap into my coaching. Information is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next video.